a man with no experience. No proper clothing, no safety equipment yet. He decided to climb Mount Fuji at the worst time of the year. Temperatures dropping to minus 30 degrees, winds raging over 100 kilometers per hour. The ground completely frozen. Against all odds, he reached the summit, but soon his body began to fail. Breathless, losing balance, his hands numb as he held his phone, streaming everything live. Hundreds of people were watching in real time, without knowing they were about to witness something they would never forget. The man in this story is Tetsuji Ohara. Two chilling details stand out in this case. The first, moments before the tragedy, while completely alone, a woman's voice can be heard. Many believe it was a ghost, warning him not to go any further. The second, some people don't believe it was an accident at all. They think it was deliberate. But how could that make sense? To understand, we need to know more about his life. Shiohara, known online as Tetsu, was a 47-year-old Japanese man. He lived alone in a small apartment in Tokyo. As a young man, his parents sent him to the United States to study law, but for various reasons, he dropped out. Back in Japan, his life came to a halt. He never returned to school. He never found steady work. He relied on his parents for financial support. He was solitary. No partner, no children, no friends. And worse, he was recovering from stage 4 cancer with little chance of survival. Streaming became his only connection to the world. He would walk, show landscapes, or chat with his small audience. Viewers described him as calm, but melancholic, reserved, quiet, often saying things like, "Every day is the same," or "I want to do something different." And in his search to do something different, he chose something monumental, Mount Fuji. Shiohara had only a couple of years of casual hiking experience. He had climbed Fuji before, but in summer, when trails are open, safe, and even children can reach the top. Winter is different. Between October and April, the mountain is closed to the public. Snow, ice, strong winds, low visibility, frozen trails. Climbing under those conditions without training or equipment is madness. Yet that is exactly what he did. No crampons, no protective clothing, no radio, just his phone and 2 trekking poles. And most dangerously, he went alone. On October 28, 2019, he went live. The title was simple, "I'm climbing Mount Fuji." At first, he seemed calm, talking to the chat, making small jokes. But soon, his words grew darker. "It's slippery. I can't feel my fingers." His breathing grew heavy. The camera shook more and more. Then, something strange. Many viewers claimed to hear a woman's voice in the stream. In Japanese, it said, "Konaide," which means, "Don't come," or "Turn back." But Shiohara was completely alone. No one else was on that mountain. The trail vanished into ice. The slope grew more dangerous with each step. And still, he continued. Some viewers begged him to stop. Others had no idea how much danger he was truly in. Then, at around 3 p.m., it happened. Shiohara slipped. He fell, tumbling down the icy face of Mount Fuji. His phone struck a rock. The live stream ended instantly. Viewers were stunned, unsure if he had fallen or simply dropped his phone. But one viewer contacted the authorities. Rescue teams searched for 48 hours until they found him, a body, 2,300 meters up the mountain. Unrecognizable, so damaged from the fall, it could only be identified by his belongings. Since then, people have asked, what really happened that day? Was it simply a tragedy? A deadly mix of poor preparation, brutal weather, and overconfidence? Or was it something more? Some say it was just an accident. Others believe Shiohara knew exactly what he was doing, that the climb was his final choice. Shiohara slips and plummets down the face of Mount Fuji. His phone crashes against a rock and the live stream abruptly ends. The viewers were in shock. They couldn't tell if he had fallen or if his phone had simply slipped from his hands. But one of the people watching quickly realized how serious the situation was and alerted the authorities to send help to the area. Rescuers took 48 hours to confirm the worst. They found a body at an altitude of 2,300 meters, and it turned out to be Shiohara. The body was unrecognizable, so badly damaged from the impact with the rocks that it was impossible to even determine the gender. His identity was later confirmed only through his belongings. Since then, many have tried to figure out what really happened that day. For some, it was simply a tragedy. A mix of poor preparation, extreme weather, and overconfidence. An accident, yes, but an avoidable one. Others, however, believe there was something deeper behind it. That, deep down, Shiohara wasn't in the right state of mind, as if he knew that climbing under those conditions could cost him his life, and he chose to do it anyway. Thank you so much for watching.